Let's take a look at what happened with Tesla today. So Tesla is up $8.43, 3.79%, closed at 230.58. Post-market, we are up by 8 cents. What does this mean? Is Tesla going to go back up right now, up to $500? We are going to look at the facts, and then we are going to try to find buying opportunities or selling opportunities if we find some. So let's first look at the facts. I am going to repeat it until you are tired of hearing me and even beyond. Tesla is into a downward trend. So Tesla is supposed to go down. This is what a downward trend means. This is the trend. We had a smaller trend, smaller downward channel right here. It got bigger because Tesla was not going fast enough at this rate right here. It wanted to go faster, boom, like this. Now this is our downward channel. This is the downward channel right here. The behavior of a stock into a downward channel is that we are supposed to go from one side to the other, But sometimes, as you see here, we stay for a while on one side, and then sometimes we stay on a while on the other side. Right now, we are close to the support side, but we also have different patterns happening at the same time, and we have a horizontal resistance that we had identified in the past. This is a line that we put there in 2023. 2 years ago, the line is still good because we stopped there yesterday and today. Cannot make this up. If you don't believe in technical analysis, I'm sorry, but need to get your eyes checked. So right now we are stopping at 217.65. So what does it mean? It means that the balance between the buyers and sellers is stabilizing. Yesterday, the sellers were overpowering the buyers, but everything stopped at 217.65. And now from 217.65, and cannot make this up, look at the low of the day, 217.02. So we are 63 cents off of 217.65. Buyers are coming in right now. Buyers are coming in relative to the number of sellers that we have. So right now we are seeing a little bit of shift in the balance, the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. Yesterday, it was the sellers that were pushing down the buyers. Now we have a little bit more buyers than we have sellers. This is why we had a move up today. This is what we are basically analyzing with these lines, the frontier in the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. So we are stabilizing. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart to understand how this happened today. So the first candle of the day is right here. So we had closed above 217.65 yesterday. So today we climbed a little bit higher, but we came very close to 238. So retested 238 right here, and then we started caving in. So we are into a very tight congestion zone. This is what we call the congestion zone. Very tight congestion zone right here between 217.65 and 238.09 if you want to have the precise number. So we have an equilibrium between the buyers and sellers. The big question everybody has is it the time to buy? Stopping on support is better than buying when a stock is not even on support. If a stock is going down and the support is a little bit farther away, this is the worst time in the world to buy. Yes, it's relatively lower than what it has been in the past, but there is no sign at that point that it won't continue lower. Now, away from support is the worst time to buy when the stock is going down. Worst time to buy. Buying the dip at that time is not a very good idea. So right now, here we have a support. So stopping at support is a little bit better than being away from support, because at least we stopped at some point, showing us that for that day we had buyers preventing the stock to go lower. That's a little bit better. Now, what is a little bit better today is that we are moving away from that support. Not as high as where we have been yesterday, but just a little bit lower. On this channel, I don't call a buy signal when we are doing a tiny little bounce on support. You can buy right now if you want, and it might work. the probability of it working is a lot less than if I call a buy signal based on all the criteria that I'm using to find high probability trades. Sometimes it's worthwhile to buy on a bounce on support. If we look at April 22nd of this year, Tesla came down to $140. Boom, right on a support. And then the next day we had a move higher, and then boom, it continued a lot higher. So sometimes it works. So it could have worked right here. So if you want to chance it, you might get a super good entry if the stock is really going to bounce significantly from this point. But we have no evidence of that yet. So if you are a bit more speculating, or if you believe in Tesla in the long term and you want to get in at a lower price, that might be good for you. For my own taste, I like to see a little bit more things happening before buying. I like to see a stock get outside of a downward channel. I like to see a stock get stochastic over 60, and then I am 80% sure that this is launching. So I won't be calling a buy signal on this one right here. If we go on the 1 hour chart, I won't even be calling a buy signal either on this. Stochastic is way too low, and we are still caving in below 238. So if we have an accumulation right here, stochastic is going to move a little bit higher. And if we break this 238 horizontal resistance, then maybe we can do something. But at the same time, we have this downward channel resistance that is still in place. So I would wait for 250. So 250 eventually might give us a buy signal on the 1 hour chart, which is an intraday buy signal just for a bit of a swing. This will be a higher probability trade if it happens like that. And if it continues down, then it won't happen yet. And we are going to get further down the road, we are going to get another buy signal at some point. We always get buy signals because this is what stocks do. Look at this. Stocks, they go up and down. They go up and down like this. There's always moves up and down. So this is what's happening, and we have buy signals. We need to be patient. We don't need to be in the market all the time. One of the things that are good with technical analysis is that we are not in the market all the time. So if you are following this channel, we sold. Some of us sold a little bit earlier at 450. Some of us sold at 4 something. So we are outside of the market. So the fact that it comes down, we don't care at all. We took the money and pocketed it. So we are sitting on a pile of cash, and we can just wait for the next opportunity. Just like a lioness does not run after everything that moves. It just waits for the perfect opportunity, the right distance. Is the gazelle looking at me? Is the gazelle looking at me or not? If it's not looking at me, I have a higher chance of catching it. All of these things need to be taken into consideration. You can chase everything. You can chase. I'm not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice. I am just giving you the technical analysis perspective. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX is coming down a little bit. We are still high at 26.91. Bonds starting to bounce a little bit after coming down quite dramatically. They are starting to bounce, but we are still into a downward channel, so the trend is still down. Dow Jones is slowly getting outside of its congestion zone right here. This is the congestion zone at 41,826. We have another support at 41,368, and we see that that support has worked well. It has stopped the move down. It's not a bounce yet. It just has stopped it. So we'll see tomorrow if Dow Jones continues. If it continues, we should be reaching 40,041. SPX, after having broken our horizontal resistance at 56.72, we are continuing down. We are down 0.76%. We have some support. Support is at 54.56. So if you are shorting this, you can take profit at 54.56 approximately. NASDAQ, this one is not looking as good. So we had the break of support. And now look at this. This one is very shortable right now on the daily chart. Russell continuing down. This is so boring. If we take a look at the heat map, yes, still lots of red, but some things are rebounding a little bit. And in terms of economic data, The job openings are higher, 774, and the forecast was at 7.5. Tomorrow, we are going to get the core inflation rate, so maybe things are going to be impacted. It's going to be interesting to see if inflation is still cooling down. So we have a forecast for core inflation year over year of 3.1%, month over month of 0.3%. So this is going to be interesting. So we are going to see this tomorrow morning before the open. Let's take a look at some Tesla news that we have in our Discord server that you can join by becoming a member at the community level. Anti-Tesla posters in San Francisco take aim at Elon Musk. Tesla dealerships across the country facing protests and vandalism. And look at these news. Why Tesla stock is jumping today? Is it really jumping today? I don't see it jumping today. It rebounded a little bit. There's no stochastic on the 1 hour. There's no stochastic on the daily chart. These types of news are misleading people. So join me tomorrow. We are going to look at Tesla stock and the stock indices like we do every single day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.